Official.StreetSmarks@gmail.com is how you want to contact us. Listen to us right here exclusively on YouTube, Street Smart Audio. Or fuck with us. Official.StreetSmarks on SoundCloud. Official.StreetSmarks on IG. Street Smart Fanpage on Facebook. Street_Smarks on Twitter. This is the Extreme Retro Review for ECW, January 18th, 1994. H-Dub.
What it do?
What are your thoughts on this show?
So the show in and of itself was bad, but there were some redeeming qualities to it. Main one being it seemed like it was starting to, they were starting to find some direction again as far as painting a solid main event picture. Like I came away with this show knowing, okay, the main event consists of these three people. So I thought that was a good thing. But yeah, judging the show in a vacuum though, it wasn't that. It wasn't rated T for trash like last week, but it's slightly better for let me see, maybe the top of the garbage. Like if you put found a eclair on the top of the garbage and shit, that you was the type of person that ate out of the garbage when nobody was looking and stuff, but you didn't dig in the garbage, but you eat on top of the garbage. You know what I'm saying? That's what this show would be.
It's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Damn, apple fritter on top of the garbage like that.
Yeah,
it don't look like it's been eaten on.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It ain't. It's sitting on some soiled newspaper, but it's cool.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? It's on top of a doily. So
you know what I'm saying? I ain't ate in 3 days, so shit, I'm going to go dumpster dive and eat this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Cherry turnover.
And that's from an episode of Seinfeld, so I don't want anybody to think that I advocate eating out of the garbage, but I just thought that was a perfect analogy for this episode.
You watch Seinfeld?
I love Seinfeld. I know it's
Sister Foods love Seinfeld.
Oh yeah?
I couldn't get into it.
No?
I only like the Soup Nazi episode.
That's the show that got me hooked. I saw
no soup for you.
I saw the Soup Nazi episode and then I started watching ever since. Matter of fact, I watched it before that. On accident, I couldn't get into it. Then I saw the Soup Nazi.
I mean, it's kind of cool, but I don't really fuck with Kazar humor all like that.
And you know what? What really got me into what really got me into Seinfeld was Seinfeld as a Superman fan. He has a statue of Superman in his apartment and stuff, and in real life, he's a big Superman fan.
His daddy used to be on that show a lot, right? No, that's Jerry Stiller.
Yeah.
I'm mixing my Kazar. All right, so we have a cold open. Shane's getting his wrist taped up by Sherry. Sherry looking mighty good. Titties are nice and hanging.
Shane got the perfect view.
You know what I'm saying? He's talking about getting his belt back and putting Funk in a retirement home, or retiring Funk, I should say. And Shane's all like, "Yeah, baby." I mean, Sherry's all like, "Yeah, baby. You got it, baby. It's all good, baby." I love that shit. And we go into the things.
Stop the fuckboy campaign.
Thing, bitch.
Grind hard to go home.
We about to have fun with this track.
Yeah, what up, Kai? Ike, Bro, Main, E, Collision, TGP, Snippy Boy.
Like this.
Murk killer, so you already know. Got 3 bitches and they all down to go. To the telly, bust on they belly. Got 1 rubber, so a nigga scary. Murk killer, so you already know. Got 3 bitches and they all down to go. To the boom, zoom, zoom, zoom. Try to put my penis up in that boom, boom. Whipping in the cougar, blowing through a Cuba. Never fuck with proof, only blow the sharpshooter. First girl a Hoover, Indiana Hoosier. Body like Buffy with a face like Freddy Krueger. What I'm gonna do, I ain't tryna choose her. Got a thing fast if a nigga gon' maneuver. Southeast mouthpiece, so the game super. Exit stage right, left that bitch in the stupor. Now the second girl cuter. Half black, half Jap, fuck with your cruiser. Give my dick rock hard, nickname Medusa. Got an ex crying, talking about how we lose her. So I'm trying to use her, she a guap abuser. So I step to her, can I be a pussy boozer? She talking about Aruba, she talking about Bermuda. She about to call the movers, I'm chucking up the deucer. Third girl the trooper, no need to recruit her. Best damn band in the land, play the tuba. Baby come here, let me whisper in your ear. Heard you got that magic mouth, make a dick disappear. I finished up the beer, let me hit it from the rear. So I broke baby off in my nigga Cavalier. Cavalier, let me make it crystal clear. Cause my nigga Cavalier had a damn chandelier. Murk killer, now you know the scoop. Had 3 pigeons, 2 flew the coop. Bust in the mouth, look like clam chowder. Kicked her off the whip, never thought twice about her.
Stop the fuck boys, nigga.
Psst. Don't tell anybody. We're the ECW. And we're the best secret in wrestling. It's a Maddie in the house spot. It's a lead into the White Zombie ECW theme song. Cut scenes of action. 5 fucking minutes of that shit. That's why I played my song and said, fuck it.
Yeah.
It was way more enjoyable.
Definitely. You wouldn't be dancing to that sheet like you was just dancing to what's that hood nigga final?
Yeah.
Or I guess it's just hood nigga.
But guess
that's
what?
the final version.
That's the next theme song.
I feel it. I like that.
So this is a special 90-minute edition of ECW. Joey's in the Eagle's nest as he runs down the card. We have a quick funk bad breed promo. Moving on.
Thank you.
So you have a 6-man tag. Sullivan, Taz, and Johnny Hotbody with Woman versus Bad Company and the Putts.
Yeah.
First of all, Women looking very scrumptious.
Oh, yes, she was. Absolutely.
Hotbody and Diamond start. I said, in this ECW ring, Paul Diamond is fucking huge.
Yes.
He's bigger than everybody except Dreamer. And he works the smallest. Okay? He's over there doing flips and doing spin wheel kicks and shit. The ring is like literally like 10 feet. I swear it seemed like it was like a playpen. And this fucking giant's it's like me jumping in a fucking ball pit, just jumping around doing spots and shit with somebody.
Go ahead.
And everybody around him is just flipping it flat. They're like little munchkins. He got Taz bumping around. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. So we got Giant Gonzalez doing spin wheel kicks. Sullivan on the apron shaking his knees like a goddamn goof.
Yeah, what the fuck?
We got the Putts. He's beat orange. He's doing sloppy stuff. Tanaka and Sullivan stuff. All right, so Tanaka's dad, if you didn't know, was Duke Kanemayo or whatever. And he was part owner of Championship Wrestling from Florida back in the day with Eddie Graham, okay? So when I'm watching Tanaka work against Sullivan, because Sullivan doesn't sell for nobody.
Okay, yeah. Okay, all right.
All right.
Where are you going with this?
Sullivan sells for nobody. All right? Like the whole time he's been here, he has not done he doesn't take bumps. All right? So Pat Tanaka and Sullivan do some exchanging and shit, right? He's bumping for Tanaka. So I figured, okay, Sullivan, who was a booker at Championship Wrestling from Florida, he idolized Eddie Graham. You know what I'm saying? He basically calls Eddie Graham his mentor. Duke, was a money owner of the promotion, right? So Tanaka being the son, I'm gonna sell for the kid. You know what I'm saying? So every time Tanaka's doing this wacky karate offense, Sullivan's bumping over here like a goddamn fool.
Yeah, because there was one particularly odd spot. Tanaka was punching this nigga, and he was no selling the punches or whatever. And then Tanaka did a I don't even know how to describe it. Basically, he thrusted his booty backwards into Kevin Sullivan's midsection, and then Kevin Sullivan act like he got shot in the stomach and shit, and just started shaking and shit. And then I said Sullivan no sells Tanaka's punches but fills his tights with man yogurt when Tanaka backs his thing up on him. So that's the only way I know how to describe it. Then it cut to commercial and shit, and then they cut right back, but some time had elapsed, so I don't know how long his orgasm lasted after that.
So we got Taz and Diamond doing some stuff. They tag Dreamer in. Taz gets the heat spot finally. So Hot Body comes in illegally. Comeback putts. Putts and Diamond do a double team heat spot. And Diamond's the baby face in peril finally. Heel team works over Diamond. like the land of Lilla people, you know what I'm saying, fucking trying to beat up Gulliver. You know what I'm saying? They're tying down Gulliver over here and shit in the corner.
Oh shit, they fight.
I said the match is too long at this point, given the people in it. Mm-hmm. The finish is when Woman does the shroud gimmick on Sullivan. Taz powders the fucking gimmick, so he just leaves Hot Body in the ring, right? And then they roll him up for the schoolboy for the dub. Motherfucker, they show a close up of Woman got the blindfold on Sullivan. He immediately Taz looks like a goof. He's like, what do I do? So he starts putting his hands over his face. He starts shaking. Woman looks over at Taz. Stop that. And then they do the schoolboy finish, right?
Oh shit.
Alright, so then Hot Body gets mad. And then Sullivan and Taz fucking beat up Hot Body.
They beat Hot Body's ass.
Woman comes to the ring, she kicks him in the balls like 5 times.
I'm like, damn. Why they do Hot Body like that?
The whole time he had his do-rag on. Hot Body's amazing.
Oh, he got that bitch tied on tight, too, because he worked a match. He got rolled up and shit. And got his ass whooped afterwards, too. And that bitch still on. Oh,
So Joey speaks on... Goddamn, you got me smoking this Babbage, nigga, goddamn.
I know Babbage, nigga.
Joey speaks on the Funk, Shane, and Sabu main event scene. Moving on. Paul and 911 in the ring for a promo. He starts addressing Sabu, but then Chad Austin, he's already in the ring, right? And he cuts off Paul Lee mid-sentence. He's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Are you going to leave? My time to get in the ring, you know what I'm saying? I'm scheduled for a match here. What's popping? So 911 choke slams him. Bam, done. Pins him with a foot.
Oh, that's the Sabu's handler's name, 911.
Oh, my bad. Right now, he's known as Sabu's handler.
Oh, shit. Okay, because, he looked like Jake Roberts took the super shredder serum and shit.
He said Jake Roberts took the ooze?
Yeah. Exactly.
In the earlier Street Smart discussion, we discussed, we review Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles' Secret of the Ooze. Check that shit out.
That's exactly what Sabu's handler looked like.
All right, and so that was the match. He gets another choke slam, and he's billed as Sabu's handler. Joey puts him over. There's a replay of the choke slam. LOL. So we got Maddie with Jason, and angels in the background holding up a mirror. Maddie asks Jason about the Holiday Hell shirt. Jason just completely buries him. Maddie says it's rest and relaxation. Joey segues that into a Rockin' Rebel and then the Hack Jason feud. We got highlights of Hack and Pitbull and Jason voiceovers the whole segment. Pitbull beats Hack with a chain. The scene switches to Pitbull and Cairo. Cairo wins with a quick release German suplex. Jason off the top rope to start the post-match beatdown. Pitbull with a power bomb. Jason with a knee, and then he something, whatever. Cairo gets his ass whipped with a chain. Cairo would have come back, but then Rebel runs in. Hack runs in to even it up, and it sets up a double dot collar match at February 5th. More angle as Hughes gets involved. Sandman gets hung by the chain. Jason finally finishes the segment. He goes to fuck Angel.
Good idea.
Long segment, pointless. I mean, it was just promoting February 5th. We have another Shane and Sherry promo backstage. Moving on. And then for the main event, we got the ECW title. The franchise, Shane Douglas with Sherry Martel versus Terry Funk. Paul Lee is on color. Your thoughts?
Why did they insist on doing this? If this match would have been half the length that it was with none of the bullshit, then it probably would have been a lot more tolerable. But it took something that was like, I was actually like, okay, kind of like when getting into it, and then ended up pissing me off. So that's my thoughts on the match. It could have been a good match, but they fucked it up by overbooking it.
All right. Hollywood says it's overbooking, so let's see. Paulie's on color. Starts off kind of hot. The thing that matters most about this match is does Shane belong in the ring with Funk? Okay.
Is that even really a question? Does Shane belong in the ring with Funk, or do you mean the other way around? Does Funk belong in the? Because you know what, how did he even get in the ring with Eddie is the real question. But all right, he did. He did. I guess Eddie decided he wanted to make an example of Terry. I get it. But yes, of course, Terry Funk. Of course, Shane belongs in the ring with Terry Funk. And if that's what it takes to get that piece of low-life human crap out of the ECW for the franchise to get him on up out of here, then I'm all for it. Especially being a former member of Hot Stuff International that he is.
The answer is yes. I concur. He definitely looks like he belongs in the ring at that level. They work a headlock spot, all the other outside stuff for a count out. Funk's on the mic, and he wants the match to continue.
Once again, just to go and show that he's an idiot. He is the ECW champion. Why on earth would he not just go ahead and take the title and go back to fight another day? I mean, that's why it's called a championship advantage. Moron.
So Shane takes over outside. The pace slows down, and they go back inside. Shane's working the left arm to negate his famous left hand.
Smart, Shane's. That's smart.
Funk's working all right. It got me into the match. About 20 minutes in, Funk's arm is bleeding. Sherry gets involved at every turn. Mm-hmm. Funk tries to get at her, but Shane cuts Funk off every time.
Hell yeah, he gonna protect his woman from that brute.
Now, during all the melee, Shane's shoulder gets hurt, and Paul and the Bad Breed run out. Todd kicks them out to continue the match, and the match ends in a fucking draw. 45 minutes.
Yeah. 45 freaking minutes.
Regardless of the overbooking, they told a story.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that they didn't know how to end it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I was drawn in hook, line, and sinker, and I was emotionally invested in Terry Funk's ass whooping. And not only did I feel unsatisfied by getting that, even though it was nice that his arm was hanging like a noodle, and it was bleeding like a stuffed hog.
Oh, that Terry Funkin' sale.
No, he was hurt. Because Shane Douglas almost said Eddie Gilbert. Shane Douglas beat that ass, you know what I'm saying? And beat that arm. You feel me? So, yeah, it was good to see that. Where was I going with that?
No clue.
Well, we'll put a pin in that. I'm sure I'll come full circle.
Like I said, they started off hot. They told a great story with the ring psychology. Funk with his arm, Shane with his shoulder. Again, they didn't know how to end the match because they're setting up for the three-way at February 5th. So you're going to get these main event draws that are going to no contest and shit and a whole bunch of overbooking to protect everybody.
Oh, boy.
But regardless, as you initially stated, it clearly defines the main event picture.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Funk and Sabu have had their thing. Now Funk and Shane are having their thing. Mm-hmm. Shane and Sabu are going to have their thing.
Because they still have beef. And he's waiting in the wings. Well, Paulie's waiting in the wings for that belt, to get that belt back. Shane wants to beat up Sabu.
So it all has to culminate at something, and that something will be the night the line was crossed.
Oh man, when is that again?
It's February 5th.
Oh, it's coming too. All right, I was gonna.
And we get that show.
That's what I'm talking about. That's okay. That's on the thumb drive, right?
It's on the thumb drive.
Oh heck yeah! Can't wait to see that.
I can't wait for you to speak into the goddamn mic.
What, man? I've been speaking into the mic the whole time, except for a couple times. But you know, it's uncomfortable sitting like this the whole time, so you know, I'll be having to relax.
Why don't you relax when I'm speaking and develop a rhythm?
That's what I call myself doing, but you know, sometimes I have something to say and I forget to get back on the mic. Hey, sue me.
I wish I could.
I'm glad you can't.
What the fuck would I get?
Oh man. You get a pack of squallies.
Next week. January 25th.
Oh, and then
The go home show for the night the line was crossed. Until then, life is a work. Make sure you get paid for it. We out. Peace.
peace.